G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is a furious rolling pin with 40% faster swing speed and take less damage whilst power attacking major and minor legendary effects respectively. So it's the 100th episode of the Weapon Spotlight series, so let's do something a little bit crazy today. And look at this thing, it looks stupid. It's a rolling pin, the same thing as we have in Fallout 4. Animations are the same as a baton or maybe a machete, and yeah, it's basically it. 63 damage. There's a couple of attachments we'll get to in a second. Let's go ahead and boost this thing. It is a one-handed weapon, so we'll go ahead and chuck in some points on Gladiator there. There's Master Gladiator, and I'm pretty sure regular Gladiator is there. And of course, Bloody Mess, we're going to be chucking on some points there. Nothing too much different about the builders, just generally my strength build tuned to one-handed melee weapons. And the Ruined Rippers, by the way, back on target. Yes, 116 damage, so at least we're hitting harder than a Ripper. Yeah, for some reason these things aren't boosted by that over-repairing anymore, so yeah, Rippers are back to shit. Rip. Alrighty, so taking a quick look at the attachments before we get into some gameplay, we've got the spiked modification on this, which does increase our damage ever so slightly at the cost of weight. And funnily enough, this thing actually required a external mod for me to put on, so apparently this character couldn't figure out how to stick nails into a rolling pin and make it do more damage, so, you know, that's cool. That's kind of stupid, actually. Anyways, moving on to this actually gives it a chef's suffix, something there, but it improves the damage even more and changes it into a nice aluminium texture color. Although I do see the seams there. You ain't pulling the wool over my eyes that easily, Bethesda. Alrighty, so looks like we're going to be starting off with some ghouls, and it's going to be right into it. I didn't even get time to talk about my buffs and everything, but yes, you're welcome to a high-octane, high-energy episode of Cooking with Captainoob. Today we're going to be talking about tenderizing meat. Basically, what you want to do, that one was just sliding onto me at the floor, that was weird. But basically, what you want to do is hammer a bunch of nails into your rolling pin, and then just whack the shit out of everything possible. Bastard crippled my leg, actually. What a prick. Okay, there we go. We've got it back. And we've taken a lot of rads at this point because we're being hit so much. So maybe I should inject a little bit of stealth into this. Wow, these ghouls are really charging in today. This is a huge spawn. Yeah, stay back, ghoulies. I've got you now. A lot of these are actually under-leveled too, so the swarmers are killing me pretty good. But it looks like we're almost done here, and it's been a pretty quick run because I didn't actually have to go and find these guys myself. You see, they're all just sort of sitting around. Although, okay, you guys aren't even up yet. So you're gangrenous, but you're dressed up like they're dressed up like ghouls that would be roamers, which is weird. Is that a new thing for people finishing that White Springs quest where they have to kill the unruly golfers or whatever, or is this just a visual bug? I don't know. We've probably got enough adrenaline now to actually two-shot charred feral ghouls, but there you go, a little bit of crazy crowd control situation already with our thing, and our damage at 60%, 238, like uranium 238, and here are my armor bits, all unyielding, and here are my buffs, and I'm going to get rid of radworms in a second. So that was pretty rough. Yes, we weren't getting the best damage out of that, although we were being swarmed though. Had I been actually in control of that situation, having these fucking vertibirds around didn't help. Yes, I probably would have been able to deal with that a lot more stealthy, but yes, when you're getting swarmed by non-nuked ghouls, this thing has got you back, interestingly enough. But any weapon can take out a few measly ghouls, right? But these super mutants, they're a little bit more hardcore. These blokes don't mess around, so we'll just creep up with our little mace of ours, and later we're going to roll some dough with it and make pizza out of super mutant brains. And it's not cannibalism because they're no longer people, so that's actually, ew, who wants to eat super mutants? Actually, could that be a way of transmitting FEV? Probably isn't, because you eat mutant hounds. So as you can tell, this thing does swing fast. Obviously, Martial Artist is giving us a huge bonus in that, but the swing speed itself, they stack together really well. I hope they don't nerf this, because melee players would be fucked otherwise, but so far so good. As you can tell, when we're taking on a stealthy approach, we can actually kill super mutants fairly easily. And when we aren't using the stealthy approach, well, probably power attack because we take less damage. I'm probably going to try to utilize that as much as possible, even though I never watch my health bar anyway. Like, I considered a grenade explosion and wait for it to go off and see how much damage I take, but I feel like that's kind of a waste of time. And again, so we're at full adrenaline now. Also, I ate some Deathclaw, so I'm a little bit stronger with strength. 250, which is what? I had 238 before, so an extra 12 damage. Hey, not bad. I ain't gonna say no to that. Alright, we'll creep up to the rest of these blokes. See if we can't get some one-shot kills in here. Because if I can one-shot these guys with a rolling pin, that'd be hilarious. It doesn't look like that'll happen. And for whatever reason, you're aggroed. Are there players up there? Yes, there is. A level 2 and a level 275. Uh-oh, someone's muling. Just kidding, you can do that. I don't give a fuck. The game doesn't give you enough carry space, and it doesn't put any strain on the servers if they're not in the server, so getting your mule in for a quick in and out to transfer a few items, sure, whatever, you can do that. I don't have any problems with server connections like when duping was a thing. That's a different thing entirely. But the rolling pin's working well. Did you see all of that? That was pretty good, right? Alrighty, looks like we've got a spawn here. Now, interestingly, when I came back to a server because someone was in this place whilst I was clearing out the ghoulies, when I come back after a server jump, all of the ghouls respawned, and this is like the first time I've been in here, and they've respawned. Did they tweak the spawns back? I haven't been reading much of the Fallout 76 like Reddit or Discords or anything. Usually people go ahead and find this kind of stuff out, but yeah, also the legendary scrap machines are out, so... Oh, we got a one-shot kill. Yes, that was an overlord, though. I'll never be... There you are.
Play, little human.
Well, would you believe all the agility that I have right now is going to make that playtime a little bit... Oh, yes, we did it. We did it. And that was not with a VATS critical either. Yes, we're one-shotting super mutants with a rolling pin mace. This is the best thing ever. Yeah. Did you think this weapon was going to be bad? You know, weapons are only bad on their watch. If you can spec yourself good and use them well, mainly with stealth if you're wondering, or melee weapons. I'm not talking about the broadside here. The broadside is just a piece of shit all around. That can't be helped. They have to buff that. But still, rolling pin, just walking around, one-shotting everything. Ah, brilliant. Okay, this is where I wanted it to be. This is how I wanted this thing to go. So yeah, don't think I can speak to the performance much of this. I've probably said enough, but let's see what else is there to talk about. Perhaps the update, patch 9. We've got backpacks now, so squishy little Winter with a 2 strength and 2 endurance can get a little bit more carry weight. So good on her. I hope you can make them invincible because sometimes I don't want to have this big dumb bag on the back of me all the time. I'd rather have the aesthetic of nothing there, just extra carry weight, although I guess that's not going to be a thing. If there's like an invisible skin on the Atom store, I'd buy that, Bethesda. Wink wink, nudge nudge. You want some of my Atom monies? Well, you know what to do, Bethesda. Oh yeah, it's just occurred to me that I'm using a rolling pin in here and actually doing quite well. You see, add a little bit of stealth to the mix and you can do pretty well with basically anything, except for Rippers now, because they fucking butchered them. Let's see if we can get a 3-star here. And it is Zealot's combat armor, right? And it's a 3-star. Okay, that's 40 more scripts for me. Excellent. I think I'm already out. I was carrying a bunch of stuff pre-patch 9, and you can only get 150 a day. I think 3-star weapons go for 40 each, no matter what they are. So you could have like a pipe gun with instigating and bash damage, and also, I don't know, Wayless, and it'll get as much as a 2-shot explosive Wayless Gatling gun, I guess. So that's kind of weird. The legendary vendors don't really they don't really discriminate on the weapon or armor bit's performance, rather it's just about the rarity, which is kind of nice, I suppose. People still ain't going to give up their god weapons though, but they're going to give up all the trash. It's actually a kind of eloquent way of Bethesda of de-inflating the economy a little bit, because everyone in that wall, nice teleport there, Super Mutant. Looks like the muties here are dabbling in institute technology at this point, so hopefully they don't get a grip of that, because then we'd all be fucked. Alright. Okay, surround sound is my friend here, and I can hit this guy. Ooh, he had an immunity thing. It made him immune to rolling pins, but luckily we hit him twice, and that was it for him. One more. Yep, and we're done in here. Can you believe that I went around one-shotting the majority of these super mutants? I bet you can, because you just saw it. I didn't expect this to go well, so pretty surprised. Alright, before killing Swan, these crabby sons of bitches, they gotta go down. And tenderizing crab meat is kind of easy. Basically, we use the same method as we did before. We basically whack the shit out of them, and then they die, and then we get our meat. Oh, there's another legendary. I'm all out of scripts today, actually. It only gives you 150 per day, which means tomorrow I'll have a lot more legendaries to go in. Although I did, lose a lot of weight out of my inventories from all of the scrapping that I did, or I guess scrapping, I should say. Yeah, there's still a lot more I need to go. There's actually like 5 or 6 legendary things that I've got out of this video, and my alert queen time. Just keep on whacking her until she dies. That furious effect getting some use here. Oh, those last 2 hits really stepped it up, so yeah. The Furious effect doing some good work there, especially against monsters, so yeah. With stealth, the Furious effect on this rolling pin can actually do you pretty well. Normally I'd say, oh yeah mate, go for Bloodied, but you don't really need Bloodied to one-shot the super mutants, and what else is going to be there to withstand that kind of punishment? Maybe a couple things like Death Claws and Sloths and everything, but I think the Furious effect does lend itself well. I have to actually get a swing speed Bloodied rolling pin to examine that more closely, but the Furious one is definitely not a letdown. We'll kill it. We'll keep on killing some things. Okay, now it is time to kick Swan's ass. So what I'm going to do is hit him in VATS the best I can. We can't start with a critical, but our second one is going to be a critical. And it looks like we aren't getting sneak attack criticals anymore, so time to run. Bye! And now we sneak. And then escape artist hopefully triggers. Took a while for the detection bar to show up there, and he charges into some cliffs like a big dumb behemoth, and then we whack him. Ha! Yeah, that was easy. Ooh, I got a Western revolver out of that. I'm sure my gunslinger would love that, but yeah, I ain't transferring that. We'll move on to a beast of the scorched variety, a big old bat. 9 patches in this game, and we've still got bats over there trying to mount the ground, so I'm glad that's still a thing. We'll just hit him up with a bit of Enforcer, force him to land, and then we're gonna we're gonna rip him a new arsehole with a rolling pin. It's gonna be great. See, you don't really need all that much when fighting Scorched Beasts. Like a rolling pin, just a bit of wood shaped in a way that would allow the ease of rolling, or preparing food is all you need. You don't need big old nukes or anything. Sure, if you stick like, I don't know, 24 of me with a rolling pin onto the Scorched Beast Queen, you can end it pretty quickly. Now, unfortunately, this stealth might not last for very long, but then again it could, because I guess they're kind of blind, but without Ninja there, we sort of saw the lack of damage there, and by some sheer coincidence we were able to actually take that Scorched Beast without him noticing. You can shake your head all you want, mate. It's not cheating. And, yep, there you have it. That was the Furious Swing Speed, take less damage whilst power attacking. Yeah, sure did that a lot. Rolling pin, and it's been a weapon that's been surprising. Not quite as surprising as the drill, but still did alright, despite it being a trash tier, low tier weapon with very little benefit, but you can still make it work if you've got the right build. So either I'm good at this game or I've just broken it somehow, and I don't know, it's up to you. Let me know what your thoughts on that. I've broken the game. Thank you for watching, guys.